Hello, wonderful person! 40,000 subscribers? What is happening? I don't know, but thank you so much for sticking around, for being with me so long, and for obviously subscribing and watching the videos. Now, most common question, what the math? What? Why is it called math? It's because math is everywhere. Do you not get that? Awesome, neither do I. Anyways, you probably know this channel started as a math channel a long time ago. But I started to make a lot of science videos, I started making a lot of space videos, and the name kind of just stuck, and you know what? I'm going with it. I don't want to change it. It's fun. Why not, right? Also, I'm a math teacher, if you didn't know that. But anyway, so this is your 40,000 subscriber special. I actually was planning to do something else, which I'll do as another special video very, very soon. It was something that I was going to do outside, and I don't want to spoil it, but anyway, yeah, it's getting cold and it's raining, so I can't do it outside. I'm going to do an inside video today, and what we're going to do is, well, we're actually going to take this quiz from 2012 from space.com. This is a quiz about galaxy smarts. How smart are you about your galaxy? And I'm going to actually make a lot of corrections in this quiz because this is an expired knowledge. We've actually realized that a lot of things that were true back then are not true today. And I'm also going to quickly talk about some of the mistakes I've made in the past as well. But at the end of this video, I'm also going to invite you to watch some of the snaps from my Snapchat, which I started doing recently. It's kind of fun. I don't know if you have Snapchat, if you've ever used it. I'm actually using it for fun/educational purposes. There's a lot of silly stuff on there. And if you want to join, that's fine. If you don't, it's also fine. But there's a lot of random stuff I post, including educational stuff, of course. But anyway, so the first thing I want to do is let's take the quiz and we'll talk a little bit about where the channel is going and what's going to come up really soon. A lot of you have been asking for me to return to making the No Man's Sky videos, which are definitely coming back. I'm just kind of making them as a batch so I can actually release them all at once, or I guess every day. And at the same time, I'm also re-releasing Stencil tutorial because I had to remake it from scratch. I lost all of the files when my computer crashed, and I had to basically redo everything from scratch. And now I think I'm done with redoing everything so I can actually continue the series. But let's actually talk about what this is all about. So this is a quiz from 2012. How well do you know your galaxy? And, you know, first question, which type of galaxy is the Milky Way? Now, this question is actually kind of tricky. And here it's asking you three different possible answers. Is it elliptical, unbarred spiral, or barred spiral? Now, we know today that galaxy Milky Way has a kind of a bar in the middle. I'm going to show it to you in the picture here. And this is what it looks like. So the bar is actually right here. It's formed by the different interaction of matter and stars and so on, and obviously the central black hole. And it forms this really interesting bar that sort of is visible as literally a line here. And then there's all these galactic arms spreading from it. So obviously, the answer to number one is barred spiral. Look at that, we got it right. Okay, and moving on. The nearest large galaxy to the Milky Way. This is a tricky question because it's asking about the large galaxy. I've actually just recently released a video where I talked about the nearest galaxy in general, and that's not on the list here. But the nearest large galaxy is the Andromeda. It's not galaxy named Bob, and it's not the Whirlpool galaxy. It is the Andromeda. That's easy peasy. About how many stars are there in the Milky Way? Now, this is a question that actually has changed the answers, and there's no correct answer here. None of these are correct. Same number as Hollywood Walk of Fame, 100 million, 100 billion. It used to be 100 billion. It's actually a lot more than that now. It's closer to about 300 billion or possibly even 400 billion, but we're just going to go with this because that's what they want us to answer. Which component of the Milky Way makes up most of its mass? Tricky question as well because it doesn't really specify the word component. Is it gas and dust, dark matter, or stars? Well, it's obviously dark matter. It's like literally 25% of everything there is in the universe. Normal matter only makes up 5%, and the rest is dark energy, which is like 74% or something like that. So there you go, correct, dark matter. We don't really see it because it's dark matter, but we know it's there because of the interaction effects and all of the other effects that we observe, as I've discussed in some of the previous videos, which you can definitely find on the channel. Now, by the way, while I'm actually talking about all of this, you may have not realized there's actually quite a lot of playlists with a lot of topics already covered in the previous videos. And here's actually a playlist for all of the Universe Sandbox videos. I really need to sort this out a little bit better, but there's close to 200 videos there of various topics. And some of them do have mistakes, and I've actually tried to correct some of them. Back in the days when I was just starting with the channel, I wasn't really as good at speaking freely as I am now, and my mouth sometimes misspeaks and says something that is not truth, and I try to correct those mistakes. But anyway, it's there. If you found a mistake, post it in the description or in the comments below, and I usually will fix it. And one of the main mistakes I made in one of the previous videos is that I actually called the transition from the red giant stage of our sun to when it actually sort of flares up, expands, and disappears and becomes a white dwarf. I called it nova because actually this is something that I learned back in the days, and it was called nova in some of the older textbooks that I used, and I knew it wasn't actually nova. It's not going to go nowhere at all, but somehow I just said it, and I don't know why. I didn't correct myself back then, and I totally forgot to do it. But yeah, that's one of the mistakes. If you actually do find a mistake, post it in the comments below. Let me know what it is. We'll fix it, and we'll make a new video, and I'll also give you a shout out as well. Anyway, moving on to question 5. What is the name of the black hole that is thought to exist in the center of the Milky Way? Now, we've talked about this black hole many, many times. It is our favorite black hole. It is Sagittarius A star. Now, I never really pronounced the star at the end, mostly because I'm lazy. I don't want to. I really should. It's the full name for this black hole, which is still actually quite hypothetical. We're like 95% sure it's there, but we're still 5% unsure. But anyway, it's Sagittarius A star. Next question. What is a Bad's window? This is actually a topic I haven't covered yet. I'm going to talk about this sometime in the future, but it's actually a really cool feature in space that looks like this. And here's actually a picture from Australian Astronomical Observatory. This right here essentially is it. It's basically a highly concentrated area with a lot of stars, with a lot of really bright objects, and that is what we call Bad's window. So it's one of the brightest visible patches of the Milky Way in the night sky. This is what it is. We'll talk about it sometime in the future. And the next question here is essentially this. How far out from the center of the Milky Way is the solar system? This is a question that also has changed in answer in the last few years, because we've recently discovered that galaxy Milky Way, our galaxy, is a lot larger than we thought. We thought it was this big before. Turns out it's actually this big. So the original answer here, I believe, was actually 2/3, but it turns out that it's actually like 1/3. So our Earth is way, way closer to the center than we thought before. But you know what? They want us to say this, so we're going to say this. But it's actually like 1/3. So that's clearly an answer that needs to be changed. What is the name of the collection of roughly 50 galaxies to which the Milky Way belongs? Now, it's not the Red Pack. It is not the central cluster. We've talked about this in the Linear K video where I described the superclusters. It is the local group. This includes Andromeda and our friends, the Magellanic Clouds. How old is the Milky Way? Now, this is a question that's debatable. It also has been revised a few times, but we think it's about 13.2 billion years old, which is a little bit younger than the entire universe. And what is the name of the supercluster of galaxies to which the Milky Way belongs? Once again, this also changed an answer now. This used to be the Virgo supercluster. It is now known as Laniakea, which actually is much larger than the Virgo supercluster. We've talked about this in the video that I mentioned previously, the Laniakea video, where I basically kind of talked about how large our supercluster is. All right, so... Oh, one more question. In the band of the Milky Way visible across the night sky, the darker patches are caused by... This is a really awesome question. Now, why do we have these dark patches? You can kind of see them right there, actually. Or here's actually a much better view. This is actually a 3D image that was created very, very recently by the astronomers. And you can kind of see these dark patches everywhere, like here and here. If you ever watch my space engine videos, you can see them even better. There's like literally these dark patches of stuff. Now, this is actually space dust. It's what stars will be made from, but they haven't really been made yet. So that stuff blocks a lot of light and it creates these dark patches. So it's actually the areas of galaxy thick with dust, with star dust. So not black holes, not fewer stars, just a lot of dust. And here we go, we answered 11 questions correctly. We are the galactic genius. All of us, all 40,000 of us, we're awesome. Anyway, so thank you so much, guys. This has been quite an interesting year, quite an interesting almost 2 years actually. I started this channel about a year and a half ago, full time, and I decided I'm just gonna start making these videos mostly for fun. But they really picked up and they really started to be kind of some of them became really popular, some of them not so much. I do try to do different things, so you'll always see a lot of different videos, mostly about science and math, a lot of videos about space sciences, and a few videos about just video games and video game education. That's basically essentially my master's degree right there. My master's degree was in education through video games, and a lot of other related topics. And anyway, so as promised, there's going to be this video will end with a bit of a Snapchat silliness, and you'll also get to see my other side of life, which is basically me being silly and also me at work and doing funny stuff. But also, before we get into that, let me just give a quick shout out to all of the awesome Patreons of this channel. Specifically here, we're talking about Joe, also known as King Joseph, Mayumi, Maria Eberhardt, Jeffrey Melville, Lilith Dawn, Jordan Thompson, Michael Hussey, Exontier, Alvars Gorsic, and I hope I pronounced this correctly, and Lars Boras Musen. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all of your support. Also, a few people on Facebook that have always been messaging me with ideas, suggestions, a lot of really cool questions that they may have had about, you know, sciences or space. And specifically, awesome people like Paul Gabriel Popescu, who actually even helped me translate some of the videos into Romanian, which is actually absolutely awesome. I really appreciate all of his help. Or guys like Jacob Stormberg, who always sends me these really cool articles that are just mind-blowing, that definitely teach me a lot as well, which things that I never even considered talking about previously. But also a few other people, like for example Farouk Al-Sheikh, who actually sent me some amazing photos that I actually posted on the Facebook later on, and also some really cool suggestions about various galaxies and various topics on dark matter, which actually started as questions but turned into an answer that then turned into a video. So people like you guys are absolutely awesome. I love receiving your questions, and I love trying to answer them in video format. And that's, of course, not forgetting the awesome people on Twitter who always try to either share the tweets or just like them in general. Specifically, let me go through some of the names that have been really active at this whole sharing thing, because, I mean, I don't really expect anyone to share the actual tweets, but it's awesome that they do, and it's actually really helpful in trying to essentially spread the word. So Broly3443, thank you so much. Space Cowboy Sci-Fi and Pokemon Fantasy, you guys are awesome. And Nader Alionis, thank you so much for sticking around for so long and sharing both the actual posts on Twitter and also sending me messages on Facebook. You guys are absolutely awesome. I mean, you are actually one of the reasons that I am doing this full time. A lot of you are learning as we go, and basically a lot of you are actually enjoying the videos, not just for the educational purposes, but also because I do try to use a lot of video games. Anyway, so the future of the channel is still kind of in the air. I'm still not entirely sure if I'm going to focus only specifically on science, space, and math, or if I'm going to actually explore other fields. But I do actually have a few videos that I haven't posted yet that actually also have history in them. And of course, history and video games. It's actually a video game based on history. And a few games that I started playing that teach you some other things, like, for example, philosophy. I don't really know if I've posted them yet. If you do actually enjoy these topics, I definitely will. But they're kind of lying on my computer right now, collecting dust in a sense. Anyway, so let's watch those Snapchats, enjoy them. Hopefully you like them. They're really cheesy. My apologies for showing you that side of me, but you know what? Everyone has to have fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video where we're going to learn something different, and also expect a very big, very I guess impressive video for the 50,000 subscriber special, which will hopefully come soon. I really hope so, but you know what? You never know. Anyway, I'll definitely be posting one video a day at least, possibly more depending on if it's a game or not. And if you have any suggestions, do post them in the comments below. I always read those, try to reply to as many as I can. And if you actually want me to reply sooner, use either Facebook, What the Math, or Twitter account at What the Math. Or basically even just Snapchat it. Snapchat me a suggestion and I'll definitely take a look at it. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Game you later. I'll see you in the next video. And watch those Snapchats. Enjoy them. Bye-bye.
Luke, I am your father. Hey, did you know that the only other body in our solar system that actually has thick atmosphere is a moon called Titan? We can actually survive there for like 2 minutes. Anyway, here's the staircase. Bye-bye.
At first I was like, Friday, and then I'm like, Monday. Oh, you're going to Everland on the weekend. Well, I have 74 quizzes to grade.
Educational snap of the day. There are actually more stars in our galaxy, the Milky Way, than there are particles of sand on planet Earth. And that's over 200 billion. Just standing here, minding my own business, drying my peppers. Yeah.
What am I? Some sort of a panda? I don't even... Just went for some Korean food. Feeling a little bit toasty.
It's Thursday and I'm not feeling so good today.
Turns out totally not a Thursday yet, it's still Wednesday. So yeah. Cool. Apparently, some scientists decided to inject T-Rex DNA into a chicken. That's how Jurassic Park starts! So what do you call a mixture of a T-Rex and a chicken? Is it a chicken? Is it a T-Rex? Tyranno-kicking Rex! I have a spoon. I have a pork. Spork.
I know Kung Fu.
Impression of Anton. What? I'm getting ready for presentation. Leave me alone.
He told me to feel his skin, so I'm going to do it.
No, right.
Come over here.
There you go.
Why are you so sweaty? Mr. Chin just sits there and does absolutely nothing. I wonder if he's doing anything right now. Oh, looks like he's still doing nothing. That's him. Still doing nothing. And doing that. Presidential debate in a nutshell. My mouth is a frog, and I'm talking with my frog mouth to you right now.
Of the Russian government, clearly from Putin himself. I don't know Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good.
Been proven to be a liar on so many different ways. This is just another lie.
The educational snap of the day. Prime numbers like 7, 11, and so on. Numbers that are only divisible by themselves and number 1. A very important in password protection. The biggest one we found has 22 million numbers.
Bologna sandwich. I want one.
Oh, what is wrong with my face? Must be Thursday. That's not a filter. My face actually does look like this right now because it is Monday. Gray hair. I'm here to kick butts and chew bubblegum, but I'm all out of bubblegum, so I'm gonna kick their butts.
Is this Call of Duty?
That is Call of Duty, but Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, you're just waiting until the
Oh yeah. We got
and
pawned
trying to hip fire
by
across the
this
map
guy.
at people.
Yeah, there's no point trying to hip fire.
Master of Call of Duty. Say hello to my little friend. His name is Barry. He won't talk to me anymore. This was the shortest friendship ever.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Catching the short bus to school. Doing. I'm here with the famous rapper Stacey Andreas. Stacey, say hello. Yo,
what
yo,
up?
yo.
It's Tuesday. Oh, it's actually Wednesday. Sorry, I'm failing as a rapper. What?
Awesome. Hey guys, my friend Frank has a message for you, and his message is Wednesday. Wisdom of the day. If at first you don't succeed, don't try skydiving.
Statistically speaking, you're more likely to die from a coconut hitting your head than from a shark attack.
Educational snap of the day. Did you know that finding circumference and area of a circle is super easy, but finding area of ellipse is easy, but circumference is absolutely impossible? Try it, figure it out. Bye-bye.
Tuesday.
Math is so hard. Educational snap of the day. Did you know that if you invest $1,000 every year with about 10% interest starting today until you retire at 65, you're gonna have $1 million? Holy cow, that's a lot of money.